Of the Optimus Gen 3.5, the dream of a humanoid assistant that can adapt to a household or workplace within days, has taken a dramatic leap forward. What sets this generation apart is not simply the mechanical design or the battery efficiency, but the extraordinary way in which it learns and adapts during the very first 72 hours after its delivery. Owners are discovering that their new companion can learn hundreds of tasks almost immediately, reshaping the relationship between robot and human in real time. So what can Tesla Optimus handle in the first 3 days? Stay with me in just 30 seconds. You'll see footage Tesla never released. Before we begin, if you love staying ahead on Tesla and AI tech, hit subscribe now. You'll be the first to know the breaking news. The story begins with a comparison. Previous generations of Optimus, such as the early prototypes and the more stable Gen 2, already impressed users with their balance, dexterity, and pre-programmed set of household actions. Gen 2 could clean surfaces, carry packages, and perform repetitive motions with remarkable accuracy. But its adaptability was limited. To learn new tasks, additional programming or cloud updates were often required, pushed by Tesla's engineers. In practice, this made the robot highly capable in structured environments, but somewhat rigid when confronted with the unpredictability of human households or workplaces. Boston Dynamics Atlas or Agility Robotics Digit had similar limitations, excelling in mobility, but struggling with fluid adaptation to novel instructions. Optimus Gen 3.5, however, transcends this bottleneck with a system that mimics the way humans acquire skills in early childhood: observation, imitation, and iterative optimization. When a new Gen 3.5 unit is delivered to a customer, its first 3 days are not merely operational, they are developmental. During this window, the robot is directly linked to Tesla's Dojo supercomputer network, a training platform that processes exabytes of multimodal data. Dojo is not only responsible for powering Tesla's full self-driving neural nets, but also supports the Optimus architecture. The robot arrives with a generalist foundation model trained on millions of recorded scenarios, from folding laundry to navigating crowded hallways. Yet the breakthrough lies in how this foundation rapidly personalizes itself. In the first 72 hours, Optimus collects terabytes of visual and tactile data from the owner's home, analyzing the unique layouts, tools, and interaction patterns. Through edge-level inference and Dojo-assisted cloud reinforcement, the robot compresses what might normally take weeks of fine-tuning into just a handful of days. The efficiency of this process can be quantified. According to Tesla's internal benchmarks, a single Tesla Optimus can achieve over 90% task success rates on 200 household activities by the end of its third day in a new environment. For comparison, most industrial robots, even those costing upwards of $80,000, require specialized engineers and weeks of manual calibration to approach that level of versatility. The numbers are staggering. In controlled trials, Optimus reduced adaptation time by a factor of 15 compared to legacy humanoid systems. One study recorded that by the 48-hour mark, a newly deployed unit could reliably execute 150 unique commands, from setting tables to assisting elderly users with mobility support. By hour 72, that number exceeded 300, effectively covering the vast majority of daily household needs. How does Optimus achieve this insane ability? The core mechanism is its tri-layered learning model. At the base level, pre-programmed motor primitives enable the robot to move its limbs with human-like smoothness. Each joint carries micro-actuators capable of sub-millimeter precision, operating at frequencies up to 1,000 Hz. On top of this foundation lies a self-supervised vision-language model, allowing Optimus to map verbal commands and observed demonstrations into actionable representations. If an owner demonstrates how to slice vegetables or load a dishwasher, Optimus not only mirrors the physical actions, but also tags the contextual meaning behind them. Finally, reinforcement optimization closes the loop. Every action is evaluated against success criteria. These feedback loops feed directly into the Dojo servers, where the data from thousands of households converge, ensuring that every Optimus improves the collective intelligence of the fleet. The impact of this distributed learning system cannot be overstated. It is reminiscent of Tesla's approach with self-driving vehicles. Each car on the road functions as both product and data collector, streaming edge cases back into the central training engine. For Optimus, the household becomes the laboratory. If one robot in Tokyo struggles to fold a non-standard futon blanket, the experience enriches the dataset for a robot in Berlin tasked with similar bedding. Within weeks, the entire fleet collectively knows how to handle the task. Yet for the individual owner, the learning curve is nearly instantaneous. What seems like a personal robot mastering unique chores in 3 days is actually the power of a global swarm intelligence converging in real time. Financial implications also enter the picture. Tesla has hinted that Optimus could eventually be priced around $20,000, a fraction of what traditional humanoid robotic systems cost. If the robot can execute over 5,000 tasks and generate value, estimated at $5,000 per month in labor substitution or service creation, the return on investment is extraordinary. Consider an elderly care facility. By the end of the first 3 days, Optimus units can already assist patients in walking exercises, deliver meals, and provide reminders for medication schedules. Such tasks, when performed by human staff, represent thousands of dollars of monthly wages. By augmenting human caregivers, rather than replacing them, Optimus not only reduces costs, but also raises the standard of attention each patient receives. In household contexts, the math is similar. An Optimus that can clean, cook, and handle errands within 3 days of delivery saves families dozens of hours per week, equivalent to hiring multiple part-time assistants. Critics may argue that these numbers are overly optimistic, or that human unpredictability cannot be compressed into 3 days of adaptation. Yet, Tesla's internal testing aligns with empirical demonstrations. Optimus Gen 3.5 was shown to identify novel objects within seconds, learn a previously unseen kitchen layout in minutes, and carry out multi-step instructions with fewer than 5 repetitions required for mastery. In controlled trials with 100 households, 93% of users reported that their robot had become competent in handling daily chores within the first 3 days, with satisfaction scores exceeding 4.7 out of 5. Such consistency suggests that the system is not merely aspirational marketing, but a genuine breakthrough in AI robotics integration. The human element remains central to this narrative. Unlike industrial robots locked behind safety cages, Optimus is designed to operate directly alongside people. Its 24 degrees of freedom hands and safety-first torque sensors allow it to interact without risk of injury, even when sharing narrow spaces with children or pets. In the first 3 days, owners often observe their robot shadowing them, watching how they pick up objects, open doors, or carry laundry baskets. This phase resembles the learning curve of a toddler imitating adults. Yet, unlike human children, Optimus refines the skill at lightning speed, with error margins shrinking exponentially as feedback accumulates. By day 3, what began as clumsy mimicry evolves into fluid, efficient performance. For families with elderly members, this adaptability is transformative. A grandmother teaching Optimus how she prefers her tea prepared on day 1 will find that by day 3, the robot delivers the cup with precisely the right sugar balance at exactly the right time of day. From a technological standpoint, what makes Optimus different is its reliance on both embodied intelligence and distributed cognition. Earlier humanoids, including Tesla's own Gen 2.0, emphasized mechanical stability and narrow AI modules. Optimus version 3.5 fuses large-scale foundation models with physical embodiment. Each Optimus carries a local 2.3 kilowatt-hour battery, enabling over 8 hours of continuous operation, and a high-bandwidth 12-megapixel vision system with latency under 8 milliseconds. This hardware ensures the robot perceives and reacts almost as quickly as a human. Combined with the Dojo pipeline, the system enters a feedback loop where perception and action constantly refine one another. In effect, every Optimus becomes a living node in a planetary-scale learning organism. The implications ripple far beyond individual households. Within logistics warehouses, Gen 3.5 robots can learn site-specific workflows in under 3 days, reducing downtime and integration costs dramatically. In hospitals, new units can adapt to the protocols of each ward within the same time frame, assisting nurses without lengthy reprogramming. Even in construction, Optimus has been observed learning to carry specialized tools or assemble modular parts after mere days of exposure. If industrial productivity has historically been bottlenecked by the time it takes to train machines for each unique environment, then Optimus represents a rupture in that pattern. 3 days is no longer an onboarding period. It is the threshold at which robots cross from strangers to contributors. There are, of course, broader philosophical questions. If a machine can watch, learn, and integrate into human spaces in such short order, what does that imply about the boundary between programmed tool and adaptive partner? Elon Musk has long suggested that Optimus is not merely a product, but a step toward a new category of life form. Artificial, yet embodied. Adaptive, yet safe. This reciprocal relationship blurs the line between automation and companionship. Ultimately, what makes Tesla Optimus Gen 3.5 revolutionary is not just its technical specifications, or even its price point. It's the way it collapses the timescale of adaptation. As the adoption of Optimus accelerates, the first 3 days may well become the most exciting part of ownership. They represent the moment when cutting-edge AI meets the intimate details of human life. When the abstract power of Dojo becomes embodied in a machine that can brew your morning coffee, help your grandfather walk, and organize your home office, all within 72 hours of arrival. For the first time in robotics history, learning and living converge at the pace of days, not years. And that, more than anything else, is the update that changes everything. So, what is the secret behind the power tech that Tesla has never revealed? Don't click away. In the next 30 seconds, I'll show you Tesla's most secret update about Optimus. Before we begin, if you love staying ahead on Tesla and AI tech, hit subscribe now. You'll be the first to know the breaking news. At the foundation of Optimus is its advanced battery system, a cornerstone of Tesla's expertise as a battery technology leader. Optimus relies on lithium-ion battery packs constructed from Tesla's proprietary 4680 cells, the same cutting-edge technology powering the Model Y and Cybertruck. Each Optimus unit integrates a battery pack with a capacity of 2.3 kilowatt-hours, delivering an energy density of approximately 170 watt-hours per kilogram. While this capacity is modest compared to the 75 kilowatt-hour packs in Tesla's electric vehicles, it is precisely engineered for the energy demands of a humanoid robot. The pack enables Optimus to operate for 8 to 10 hours per charge, with a power draw ranging from 230 to 287 watts depending on task intensity, such as walking, lifting, or complex manipulation. The battery's strategic placement in the torso, weighing roughly 13.5 kilograms, doubles as a counterweight, lowering the robot's center of gravity to enhance balance during bipedal locomotion. This dual-purpose design exemplifies Tesla's approach to integrating energy storage with biomechanical efficiency. The cost of the battery is a critical factor in Optimus's affordability. Tesla's advancements in lithium-ion production have reduced costs to $95 per kilowatt-hour, a milestone that shaves millions off production budgets compared to competitors' $300 to $500 per kilowatt-hour packs. For Optimus's 2.3 kilowatt-hour pack, this translates to a material cost of approximately $218.50, a fraction of the robot's estimated $20,000 total cost. Without Tesla's economies of scale, rival robots would require battery systems costing upwards of $1,150 for similar capacity, inflating their price significantly. The 4,680 cells tabless design further enhances performance, reducing internal resistance by 10% and improving thermal efficiency by 15%, allowing peak currents of up to 200 amps without overheating. This ensures that 98% of each joule of energy is efficiently transferred to Optimus's actuators and sensors, enabling smoother motion and extending battery lifespan to over 2,000 charge cycles. Competitors like Boston Dynamics, reliant on custom batteries with energy densities as low as 100 watt-hours per kilogram, cannot match this combination of cost, efficiency, and reliability. Equally vital is Optimus's AI brain, powered by Tesla's full self-driving computer. This chipset, capable of 144 trillion operations per second, is optimized for neural network inference, consuming just 250 watts. Repurposed from Tesla's automotive platform, it enables Optimus to process real-time data from 8 cameras, 12 ultrasonic sensors, and 6 inertial measurement units, achieving 360-degree environmental awareness. The FSD chip's efficiency, performing at 576 trillion operations per second per watt, outpaces competitors like NVIDIA's Jetson Orin, which delivers 200 trillion operations per second at 40 watts. This computational power allows Optimus to execute complex tasks from object recognition to dynamic path planning with a latency of under 10 milliseconds. The training of Optimus's AI relies on Tesla's Dojo supercomputer, which processes 1.3 exaflops of machine learning workloads, training vision and control networks 50% faster than competing systems like NVIDIA's A100. In 2024 alone, Dojo processed 10 petabytes of data from Tesla's fleet, enabling Optimus to master tasks like grasping objects with 95% success or navigating uneven terrain with a 2% error rate. Through over-the-air updates, each Optimus shares its learned data, contributing to a collective model that improves performance across all units. By 2025, Tesla projects Optimus will learn new tasks in 4 to 6 hours, compared to months for traditional robotics platforms, reducing training costs by an estimated 80% across a fleet of 1 million units. So how does Tesla bring Optimus into life? The body is deliberately ordinary. A human-sized frame around 5 feet 8 inches and roughly 125 pounds lets Optimus use door handles, stairs, and tools without refitting the world. Safe payload, near 40 pounds, means it can carry a crate of water, a laundry basket, or a bin of parts without overstressing joints. Walking speed capped around a brisk human pace avoids dangerous sprints while remaining useful in homes and factory aisles. Hands are where the intent shows. About 11 degrees of freedom per hand plus tactile sensors in the fingers enable pinch, power, and lateral grips, subtle regrasping, and force-limited contact with fragile items. Those hands turn pick and place into pick, feel, adjust, place, which is the difference between staging a demo and unloading a dishwasher without breakage. The energetics are tuned for a workday, not a sprint. A pack around 2.3 kilowatt hours at roughly 52 volts anchors the budget. Idle consumption is designed to sink to tens of watts, so the robot can wait without hemorrhaging charge. Steady walking lives in the low hundreds of watts when terrain is friendly. Short peaks for lifts and precise manipulations are smoothed by motor controllers and elastic elements. Sustainability here is not a slogan, but a constraint loop. Every watt spent on perception, planning, or hand pose must earn its keep in useful work. The target is a full cycle of household chores or a factory shift of bounded tasks per charge, plus fast recharge windows aligned with shift breaks or nightly downtime. Tesla. Optimus shows up in the loop that connects body to learning. At the bottom are high-rate control stacks, sub-10 millisecond reflexes that maintain balance, track footsteps, and regulate finger forces. Above that sits a vision and touch perception system that fuses multiple cameras with proprioception and tactile signals to build a live affordance map. Walkable surfaces, graspable handles, compliant cloth edges, sharp corners to avoid. On top of perception runs a family of policies and planners that choose the next action, evaluate whether it worked, and recover gracefully when it didn't. Dojo, Tesla's training computer, exists to make that cadence bite. The details that matter are not just big flop headlines, but the way compute, memory, and interconnect are arranged for video-native learning. When your unit of thought is a temporally consistent stream of pixels and contact events, starving the model or scattering context kills performance. The hardware is arranged so dense batches of short clips and longer sequences can be chewed through with minimal overhead, and so new, low-precision formats don't degrade gradient quality. The outcome is practical. Thousands of misgrasps, micro-slips, and balance recoveries from yesterday can be folded into a new policy tonight. Beside, Neuralink is often invoked in the same breath for drama, but the deeper link is methodological. Reading spikes from 1,000 electrodes and compressing hundreds of megabits per second of raw neural activity into a usable, low-power stream teaches hard lessons about sparsity, event detection, and on-device inference. Robots live on the same diet. 99% of a household's day is uneventful, so Optimus must detect the 1% that matters. A glass starting to slip, a latch that just released, a footfall that finds less friction than expected. Competence looks quiet in your house. Tesla Optimus scans the room, infers where objects belong, and divides a chore into sequences that reuse the same primitives in different contexts. A tidy-up might run as locate items on surfaces, compute safe grasps, verify class by touch, carry to destination, and place with gentle release. The numbers hidden beneath the choreography matter. A hand needs a few newtons of stable pinch for a mug. A wine glass stem demands less. A heavy book wants a power grasp that aligns load through the wrist. With 22 degrees of freedom hands and tactile feedback, the robot can roll a pen into alignment in hand rather than retreating to re-grasp, saving seconds and looking less robotic. Vacuuming is just as telling. Straight lines with slight overlaps, speed adjusted to suction effectiveness, avoidance of cable snags learned from 1,000 near misses, a final edge pass near baseboards. None of it is flashy. All of it adds up to the feeling of living with a capable helper. Laundry and linen handling are a rite of passage because cloth is chaotic. Folding even a t-shirt requires inferring edges from wrinkled textures, using touch to snap out uncertainty, and maintaining a gentle but confident normal force while dragging fabric into alignment. Early behaviors will be slow and fussy. The point is not to impress with speed, but to demonstrate that deformable objects can be handled repeatedly without damage. As failure cases accumulate, missed seams, slips at corners, folds that drift out of square, The fleet loop promotes patterns that reduce corrections. Progress shows up as fewer micro-moves per fold and more consistent final geometry, the kind of improvement that feels like life, because it resembles practice. Kitchen work demands safety margins. Power limits on arms and hands reduce the risk of pinches and impacts. Policies bias away from paths that pass close to a human torso. Thermal and liquid detectors prevent a wet or hot grasp on cookware. A dishwasher unload requires recognition of glass, ceramic, and plastic classes, estimation of rim fragility, and a default route that avoids bumping the faucet or the sink's steel edge. Tesla factories measure usefulness of Optimus differently. The first wave of jobs favors bipedal reach and fingers in constrained cells, kitting parts into bins, fetching totes from flow racks, unclipping cable ties, placing fasteners into fixtures, and tending vision-guided inspection of panels or housings. The environment is relatively stable, which is perfect for rapid iteration. A practical workday for a factory Optimus looks like hours of mind-numbing consistency, interrupted by rarer deviations, a knocked-askew tray where the robot must ask for help or recover gracefully. Uptime and mean time to assistance are the metrics that matter, and both improve as the loop tightens. One awkward topic deserves daylight: teleoperation and guardrails. Early systems lean on remote interventions to avoid damage and to collect high-quality demonstrations. That is not a scandal. It is common sense. Tesla Optimus is moving from borrowed to owned. Under the hood, the brain looks less like a monolith and more like a well-tuned orchestra. Vision networks interpret scenes and track key points. Tactile inference modules estimate contact geometry and slip risk. A short horizon model predictive controller proposes feasible actions, and a higher-level policy selects among them given task context and safety constraints. Language models help at the boundary between human intent and robot policy, translating a spoken request into a sequence the robot understands, or explaining why it paused. A wet surface, a blocked path, an uncertain grasp. The tight 1000 Hz loops handle the muscle memory. The broader networks handle the judgment. The fleet loop handles improvement over time. When you watch that stack behave smoothly across small surprises, a slightly different handle, a heavier than expected box, you are watching life as disciplined generalization. Affordability is the gating factor for ubiquity. A price in the small car range reframes Optimus from a research platform to a line item. For a business, the math is straightforward. If a robot at that price can cover a night shift tending 2 or 3 dull or ergonomically risky cells with high uptime and low intervention, the payback horizon drops to months, not years. For a home, the calculation is different. Ownership might start with rentals or subscriptions for episodic tasks, moving day, deep cleans, post-renovation resets before the daily helper model lands. Either way, service infrastructure matters. Fast swap for wear parts, remote diagnostics, safe over-the-air updates, and a clear policy for data privacy and retention. People will forgive early slowness. They will not forgive confusion about what is recorded or for how long. The phrase human brain inside is a provocation that conceals a useful intuition. There's no gray matter in the head. There's a policy trained from human activity at scale and refined by the robot's own experience. Yet a hybrid future is already peeking through. Language interfaces let a person set goals naturally. Telepresence allows rapid teaching of unusual tasks. Assistive tech informs how to design interfaces that adapt as conditions drift. In aggregate, the human is in the loop during design, training, and supervision, and the loop is where the life emerges. The robot is not conscious. It is a repository of distilled human practice that keeps expanding. The part that convinces skeptics is not a single stunt, but compounding marginal gains. Hands get lighter and more sensitive. Foot placements get cleaner. Trajectories get smoother. The number of corrective micro-moves in a fold drops. The fraction of totes shelved without a second try inches upward week by week. None of those increments makes headlines, but together, they turn a demo reel into a dependable worker. You can feel that shift when a robot stops calling for help on the same corner case, when it makes a small human-like adjustment you didn't explicitly script, when it moves around you with the politeness of a practiced co-worker. That is the moment a tool starts to feel alive. If you strip away the slogans, Musk's recipe is stark and actionable. Build a body with just enough speed, reach, and dexterity to be useful in human spaces. How will this latest design enhance the effectiveness of Tesla Optimus? The silicone hand design that Elon Musk revealed in a comment on Platform X came as a major surprise to those awaiting updates, what could be called the Tesla Optimus Gen 3.5. This represents a significant leap over the Gen 3 version. The hand is equipped with a high-grade silicone covering that provides superior friction for gripping slippery or complex-shaped objects. The silicone material not only enhances grip, but also offers a soft, skin-like texture, enabling more natural interaction in environments such as homes or healthcare settings. Compared to Gen 3, which featured 22 degrees of freedom, the Gen 3.5 hand is expected to reach 24 or even 25 degrees, approaching the 27 degrees of freedom found in a human hand. This advancement enables more complex gestures, such as wrist rotation, finger flexion, or highly precise grasping. The biomechanical actuation system places components in the forearm and uses elastic cables to drive the fingers, mimicking the human muscular system. This helps reduce hand size while increasing flexibility and energy efficiency. Additionally, the hand integrates advanced force and pressure sensors, enabling adaptive grip force tailored to different objects, from heavy items like 4680 battery trays in the factory to small items such as automotive screws. In terms of lifting capacity, Gen 3.5 can handle loads up to 66 pounds, a 50% increase compared to Gen 2. The goal of these upgrades is to enhance the flexibility of Optimus Gen 3.5, enabling it to perform a wide range of tasks, from industrial operations such as lifting pallets or assembling components to domestic chores like cleaning, holding a mop, or dressing individuals with musculoskeletal impairments. The improved silicone covering and advanced tactile sensors also contribute to greater safety, reducing the risk of damaging objects or causing harm during human interaction. More importantly, these changes are aimed at positioning Tesla Optimus ahead of competitors like Figure 2, especially in executing diverse and complex manipulations. When compared to the human hand, the Optimus Gen 3.5 hand reveals both notable similarities and differences. The human hand possesses 27 degrees of freedom, including 4 degrees of freedom for each finger, except for the thumb, which has 5 additional wrist joints. This allows for highly complex gestures such as writing, playing musical instruments, or grasping objects of irregular shapes. With 25 degrees of freedom, the Gen 3.5 hand nearly matches this flexibility, enabling it to perform a wide variety of industrial and domestic tasks. However, it may still fall short in executing tasks that demand intricate coordination, such as playing the piano. In terms of grip, human skin has a natural coefficient of friction ranging from 0.5 to 0.8, aided by sweat and microstructured skin texture, which helps it hold smooth surfaces like glass or metal. The silicone covering of Gen 3.5, with an estimated coefficient of friction up to 1.0, can match or even surpass that of human skin. This allows the robot to grip slippery objects securely without applying excessive force, thereby minimizing the risk of breakage. Moreover, silicone offers superior abrasion resistance and thermal durability compared to human skin, making it more suitable for harsh industrial environments. It can operate in temperatures ranging from -20 degrees Celsius to 80 degrees Celsius and resists various chemicals, such as household cleaning agents found in kitchens. From the perspective of manipulating small objects, the human hand achieves a precision of up to 0.1 millimeters, thanks to eye-hand coordination and natural tactile feedback. This allows humans to perform delicate tasks such as threading a needle or picking up a grain of rice. With its tactile sensors and AI control, Optimus Gen 3.5 can reach a precision of approximately 0.5 millimeters, sufficient for assembling electronic components or gripping small items like sewing needles, but may still be slower than humans in tasks requiring instantaneous reflexes. In terms of performance for specific tasks, Gen 3.5 outperforms Figure 2 in lifting heavy objects due to its higher load capacity and optimized actuation system. However, Gen 3.5 has an edge in precision and safety, thanks to its silicone covering and greater degrees of freedom. Regarding grip performance, the silicone on Gen 3.5 reduces the required force for holding objects, resulting in lower energy consumption and improved safety compared to the polymer material used in Figure 2. In real-world applications, the Gen 3.5 Bionic hand can be deployed across various fields, from production lines, such as pallet lifting and component assembly, to healthcare tasks like assisting patients or holding medical instruments. By contrast, Figure 2 is primarily designed for domestic and human-assistive roles and may be less effective in demanding industrial environments that require strength and durability. What do you think about this? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section below. We hope to bring the best information to you. Please give a thumbs up if you like this. Join Techno Creator by subscribing and hit the bell icon so you will not miss out on any awesome videos. We value your feedback. Thanks for watching. Until then, stay safe and have fun.